We talk about quality, we talk about luxury, and luxury is global, but there's also local, there's also India.
Yes.
And we've been breaking our heads for many, many years about how do you bring your standards into India, still marrying.
Correct.
And we've been on opposing sides of the table many times on that.
Well, listen, there's to anything like that, high end or not, high end doesn't necessarily mean the same thing. It does in terms of fit and finish and, the goods that are going into that, but there is a contextual aspect of every market.
Yeah.
And we've been speaking about this for years. I mean, what may fly in New York may not necessarily go in India. The enclosed kitchens. I mean, I haven't built an enclosed kitchen in a very long time here.
Yep.
Because people sort of want that communal aspect. In India, that's a very different thing. So for me, I'm saying, no, it has to be this.
Yep.
But then when I visit with you, with our partners, some of the design team that's been there is like, oh, now I get it.
Yep.
Sort of the element of staff quarters and the separate amenities that they have in that area, not necessarily something that would go into high end in this city, but you need it to be high end there. So I think having that element and really always understanding that, that context, whether it's cultural, whether it's regional, whether it's geographic, it's a big part of creating luxury and actually delivering. And I think that's where so many people sort of get lost. They say luxury is X, and we're going to plug X here, we're going to plug X there, we're going to plug X there, and they miss that element, and you wake up in X, and you're like, where am I? I think you need that element of context, not only for sales, I think probably much less relevant for that, but for livability,
Exactly.
For life. And that's what this is. It's about a lifestyle. And so, making sure to capture that, certainly from an outside group, we've always been very willing to learn that and do things differently than what we know to be the norm. I think my father made a career on that, right? I mean, he was amenitizing buildings 35 years ago before, well, you wouldn't, wait, that's square footage we could sell. You're not going to put a gym and just give it to them, are you? That's crazy. Well, it's not. I mean, today, you couldn't even imagine building high-end without those kind of things. 30 years ago, 35 years ago, 40 years ago, it was unheard of. So, he's always been on that leading edge of pushing, where we're taking things, and has done that very well.